Casey, Cali Coast Fish Stories, and here we are again at Cachuma Lake. We're going to try to capture some trout today. Here's the dam. Water's down at about 10%. They do anticipate on draining the lake. So this is our last opportunity really to catch some trophy trout. Now here's my setup. Let me do a close-up on this. This is about an 1/8 ounce, maybe 1/4 ounce sliding sinker. Very short leader. It's about 1 foot long. And we're working with this little tiny treble hook. Look at the size of this thing. This is a number 18 treble hook. You don't need anything bigger than that. This will embed inside the mouth of the trout, and you will capture and harvest these trout very easily. We're going to be using some topwater lures as well, and the topwater will allow us in this foggy weather to catch some of these fish. Let's see if we can get some action going. Now, for those of you that are wondering, that is an old cattle feeding station of some kind, is what we're told by the Cachuma Lake Park officials. Now there's Mark making his way down to the water. I'm kind of following him down. He found a deep hole out on this point. All that concrete you're seeing in front of us was underwater at a certain point, which made great structure for the fish. So the boaters probably came down here and went up and down this concrete structure here, which again used to be a cattle feeding structure of some kind. Cattle feeding is what we're told, like on an industrial scale. So this is what's going on, making our way down to the water here. There's a crew team from UCSB off in the distance. Some of the things that have pushed the fish out of where they were stocked. Now they're out here in the main part of the lake, closer to the dam, in deep water, coming in shallow in the mornings and evenings to feed. That is what's going on at this lake at the moment. They're also doing construction on the intake for Santa Barbara's water source back there near the marina. Therefore, the fish have been pushed out, and so here we are at the point. And Mark did catch a large trout out here at this point, so we're going to see what we can do. Let's take a look. Now, Mark's down the way. We split off. This is our fishing technique. We want to make sure that we've got every opportunity to catch these fish. So we oftentimes will split off. I've got 2 poles in the water, small sinkers, and I've got power bait on one, and I've got salmon eggs on the other. I didn't cast out very far because this time of the morning these fish should be in shallow feeding, especially with this cloud cover we got. That's the technique. We're going to try for a little topwater action. Topwater action. I got this lure on here. Let me do a close-up of it. Little tiny grasshopper imitation. This floats. We're going to try for a little live action. Topwater. Let's see what we can do here. Get that out there. What we're looking for. Get that out there. See that on the water there? Let it sit for a second. Very natural. Now there should be some bass hiding around this structure. Should be some bass hiding around this structure. Let's see if we can get some topwater action going on. Cast out far. Let it sit. They've seen the disturbance in the water. Let's be very quiet. Now I have caught trout on this topwater lure that I'm using. And today would be the day to get one of these on film. We're mimicking a grasshopper that has just woken up. Now I've caught these fish within a few feet of shore using this technique. These fish are hungry. We're going to do one more cast. We're going to cut this off. The wind is blowing from my right to my left. mimicking a hurt grasshopper. We have a fish on. What is it? Uh-oh. Got some meat to it. We're gonna let this fish play itself out. We were in about 8 or 10 feet of water. This is acting like, could be a catfish. Just peeling some line here. Be very careful. Let the rod tip do the work. Let this drag out. There's the fish. This could be a trout. Slowly get them in, wear them out. Wow, the net's far away. I think we can get this fish in here. Here he is. Kind of acting like a catfish. They stay low. Could be a nice channel cat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, it's acting like a catfish. Normally those trout will jump out of the water. Pretty big channel cat. Do not let him. Uh-oh. See, he's trying to go around this. There he goes, out for open water. We got to move this. Here he comes. There he is. It's a trout. He just surfaced. A little power bait. Here he comes. We got to do this nice and easy. See, we got to get him in out of these sticks. You see how to go over those sticks there? Wear them out. Got to get him nice and tired. What is that? You can see the trout jumping in the water in the background. That's almost acting like a catfish still. Let him tire him out. No, it's a giant trout. It's a giant trout. We're gonna let him get nice and tired. You saw that. See if he, whoa, that's a big fish. There he is. That's a 3-pound trout. Get him out of these sticks. Remember, it's a little tiny treble hook. See me swimming for that? That is a monster trout. We are going to almost need a net here. That is a 4-pound trout. Let's get him nice and tired. What I should have done is brought my net here, but I don't have my net with me. Mark, I think I need the net. Sorry. It's a, yeah, no problem. He's tired, so he's good. Actually, I think you're okay. You're okay. Oh my gosh, it's a big fish. There he goes, he's running.
Give him a lot of slack. Let me get your net.
Okay. Now, I learned from the professional, the man you hear in the background. He was a guide in Alaska for years. And he's the one that taught me how to catch these beautiful giant fish. And there it is. There is the giant trout. Look at the size of this thing. Look at this. It's like a salmon. Let's get a good close-up shot of this fish. There it is. Mark's coming with the net. Look at this fish. Oh my gosh. Mark's got him. That's what you call the manual grab. And there he is. Thanks, Mark. Oh my gosh, look at that! And this is Mark. Man, he taught me how to catch these fish. Beautiful. Wow. That is a 6 or 7, maybe 8-pound trout. fish on, fish on. It is a, oh, I got it. Oh my God. Fish on, fish on. We got some, I'm gonna let him run a little bit. Tire him out. We don't want to force his fish. Probably a trout, could be a catfish. They tend to bite later, but it is feeding time in the hatcheries right about now. I think we got a good hookup. We'll let this fish get tired. Net. Rod tip high, rod tip high. Uh-oh, here he goes. See this? Now you want to get this fish tired, you don't want to force him, but you also don't want to let him in the trees. He will try to run you into the trees. Now I got this fish in a deeper hole, not the trophy size we've had before. See how you use that rod tip. Mark's lessons. All right, that's 2 in the bag. Beautiful little fish there. It's about a 1-pounder. Fish on is a bass. There he is. Some bass action. This is a 4-pound test. Let's tire this fish out. Let's get him in. Gotta be careful. Now that is a beautiful fish. Nice bass. Caught him drop shotting a worm. Mark's got some techniques he wants to share with us.
Well, Mr. Bass loves the topwater bait. And the situation is there's a shallow flat that I'm tossing over. The water's only a few feet deep there. And you pop this thing along and stop it and make it look like a crippled minnow. Just a little tiny pop. And then scoot it along a little bit. Let it rest. Pop it again. This particular one, and I'll show you when I get it up, the shape of the nose is cupped, so it throws the water around. It's called a chugger. Come on now. You can really tease them with it. That's the whole idea. They can absolutely stop it right over the top of them and pop it. Let it sit for a minute. Pop it again. And sometimes make it look crazy, like something's trying to get away. Second technique. Is a chug over the top. Make it look like an injured fish trying to get the hell away. Making a lot of noise. A lot of vibration for the fish to key in on. Sometimes when they see that going by, all that water splashing up on top, they'll react to it. They don't think it over, they just see it, just go at it. Something just like that. Little pop, 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 pop. Another way to go about business, and every day is a little different, is a little walk the dog. You raise the rod tip up, you give it a little short, tiny wobble, and you make the thing go like this. Back and forth, back and forth. That's a walk a dog. This particular lure doesn't walk real well because it's a choker. It has too much resistance in the front. Zara spooks, things with a round nose that allows the water to slide by, go side to side to side. You can actually make them snake. Really good top water guys can actually make them go right sideways. And it's all about teasing the fish with it.
Mark's fishing a ledge line, and he goes side to side instead of out. Tell us a little bit about that, Mark.
Well, what we got is we have severe drop-offs off these ledges. These ledges are only a couple, 3 or 4 feet deep, and all of a sudden it drops down to 80 feet. And the bottom has a lot of rock in it. Well, the bass particularly love to sit right along a drop-off point, or right around cover like this log right here and ambush. So what I'm trying to do is I'm tossing along the side, and it's kind of got a little indentation here. So the ledge line kind of runs parallel and a slight angle off the shoreline. So I'm tossing it out into the deep water, and I'm trying to pop it and work it over the top of that ledge line with kind of following the line. Because they're lined up right alongside it, especially down up against a big rock, a log, a stick. Mr. Bass, he loves his structure. He loves his obstructions on the bottom. And a lot of them can be very subtle. Sometimes they'll sit 3, 4, 5, 10 feet away from the doggone thing. They won't be right on top of it all the time. And generally top water is a really early in the morning, really late, and cloudy days. When it's bright like this, they usually don't like to come up and smack things as much. Now, the sun goes down at 8 o'clock tonight. If I was here at 7:45 doing this, I might actually get something to chase it for you. One of the things I love about top water is it's real easy to walk a shoreline and keep casting it to the side, keep casting it to the side, and keep working along, not standing in one place too much. And it's a great way to tease the fish.
Thanks, Mark. Looks like Mark's got something on the hook. What are you using, Mark? Watching Mark's technique here. Got himself a nice bass, it appears.
4-pound test, a 5-weight fly rod, which is a really delicate, thin rod. The anti-reverse is off, so when he runs, it just goes with the fish.
Alright, so Mark's using the anti-reverse on the reel to tire this fish out.
The whole bit is to try to lead him away from obstructions, pucker him a bit. Then when you get him up, grab line, and then you get Mr. Bass.
Alright, nice fish, Mark. Beautiful.
About 2.5-year-old Mr. Black Bass.
Alright. This might be a smallmouth. And no, it's a black bass. Smallmouth. This is the lure. Let's do a close-up of him. He'll go back and